I've never been exposed like this before. I'm good at shutting you out. I've always had a way of keeping closed. Beating, hiding, I've been calling out your name from the darkness, thinking it's too late. If you're finding I've been too much on your plate, I'll keep hiding, calling out your name, calling out your name. You got me out in the open. Now I'm ready to dive in. I know you told you it would be a slow burn. Beating, hiding, I've been calling out your name from the darkness, thinking it's too late. If you're finding I've been too much on your plate, I'll keep hiding, calling out your name, calling out your name. Calling out your name. Calling out your name. Calling out your name.
Hello and welcome, friends. Week 4 of the Premier League continues with more Division 1 action. Today, Exodus versus Taco, and we're going to be on Hurtgen Forest. So, looking forward to a Forest showdown between these two teams. Earlier this week, I was able to play in a match against EXO on Hurtgen Forest, where we had North Pass set as the objective, and man, Hurtgen is a different kind of beast in these competitive matches. Every bit of movement is punished, and it's going to be interesting to see, with these two heavyweights going at it, who's able to come out on top. But if we do take a look at some of the standings in Division 1, now these include everything as of this cast beginning, so it will not reflect the Division 2 matchup that is occurring between 9th of May and LEP right now. But 6th, commanding 4-0 record atop the division, having beat each of the Division 1 teams respectively, and I believe they go into a bye in the final week of the regular season here. So congratulations to the 6th. Really well played this season. A big win last night on Utah, I believe, with Sir Mayor Church as the middle, holding on for 90 minutes, and big win. Taco playing here today, sitting at 1-1, coming off their bye last week. And then we have Legion, Merc, and EXO at the bottom 3 teams. EXO looking to get on the board here against a very good Taco team, so should be an interesting one for you all. But we are just waiting on some people to get in here, as is typically the case on these this stage of the game. But we will be on a US East server, TPL server, provided by Kwanzaa, so it's going to be a neutral site technically. First, mostly a North American team, and Taco a EU team. So, unless we can get some servers in the Mid-Atlantic, which I am 100% in favor of, this will have to do for now. So any rich benefactors out there, want to make an island in the middle of the Atlantic, and we can get a nice server provider set up there, more than welcome. That'd be fantastic. So we are going to be on Hurtgen. We were talking a little bit earlier about North Pass. I think that point is decidedly Axis favored, which Taco will be in this match. So the Allies have a lot to worry about in terms of rocket snipes and particularly tank snipes as they come down that hill into North Pass. So that I think is a point that Taco would be glad to see come up here. On the other side of things, you have Scar, which is pretty balanced-ish, I would say. Again, German favored just because the Allies having to cross that road, but or the river. I apologize. Limited crossing points make that difficult, but I think the terrain, it being a little bit more open, will favor the team with the better shooters. And in Division 1, really, it's anyone's game. These firefights are so 1-to-1. I think it really, at the end of the game, where you could have a whole game go by and there be, let's call it 1,000 kills. I'd say of those 1,000 kills, maybe 30 of them decide the fate of the game when you're at these levels that these teams are at. So though it's going to be the opportunistic kills and the important timely kills more than anything else, especially on Hurtgen, where movement and readjustment is so punishing. But we'll just have to see for ourselves. In the South, we have, I think it's Siegfried. In that point, I feel like you never see that come up, of course, because I said that, that's what it'll be. But I think on that one, that's where the Allies really have a nice little, at least more of a chance than they do on the other ones. They're still kind of having to come at it from that valley up into the hill. But the Germans have a little bit of a hard time getting to that point with all the trenches that they have to navigate, and that again leaves the door open for the Allies to use one of those tank snipes where they're actually able to shoot across that valley. Something like in a Stuart or a recon tank at the start could be something we look for here if we see that point come up. But we're very close on the amount of players that will be needed to get this show on the road. Once again, I am your host, Caparzo, here with the Premier League Division 1 matchup between EXO and Taco. So glad you've chose to spend your Sunday afternoon or Sunday evening, wherever you're tuning in from, with us. And it's going to be a great one here for us all. There's tons more matches today if you just can't get enough. Like I said, we have a Wakes match that's going right now with 9May and Lep. And if I just check in on his stream right here, it looks like Lep was able to flip the midpoint back into their favor. So they're now leading 3-2 with about 38 minutes left on Purple Heart Lane, Carentan Causeway. And guys, I really highly encourage you to stop over at Awake's channel. His link is in the description after this one. And make sure you take a look at that start of the 9May Lep game, because that's as crazy of a PHL start as you can ask for. I'll leave it at that. I don't want to spoil too much, but goodness gracious, that was an intense start. But hopefully we'll be good in here in the next 9 minutes, because this map ends in 9 minutes. So let's just take a quick peek at what we can see. 49 and 50, so just one more needed for EXO here. They're going to be playing with 50 because of me in the streamer slot. And then League Official will be on the other side as well, just helping flip the map and everything like that, since unfortunately we don't have another caster for the match here today. So I'll do my best to capture all the action from both sides. So like I said, these are two very, very kinetic teams. To use a word that I think Hump told me one time, where when you see the logs of these games afterwards, they're tremendously long with all the action that's occurring between artillery, tanks, infantry kills, smokes, everything going on at the same time. Hopefully Hurtgen Forest is able to hold up, because those who have seen other streams on Hurtgen Forest this season know that it's not the most stable map. Let me just put a background here, and I'll join the respective squad I'm supposed to be in. We can enjoy these two teams' logos again while that gets all set up. So I want to hear everyone's predictions in the comments if you can. I want to hear what you're thinking as far as important things to look for this match, and who you think is going to win, most importantly. I mean, now's your time to get your bets in, and it's going to be a really, really competitive one. So I want to hear what you guys have to say, what points you want to hear, or see rather. And it's should be getting started here in just a moment. Let me just double check where we are at 50-50, so that is good to see. Get everything back situated. So we expect to see this countdown kick off here in just a moment. Let me check the thread, make sure everyone is happy over there, just in case. And we should start here soon. check. I think they're just working on getting the server swapped out here. Hopefully it's able to happen soon because, like I said, this match ends in 6 minutes, so it's going to swap no matter what. Just hope it's set as where we're supposed to be. See if I'm able to do it myself because they seem to be. Just hold tight with us, everyone, while we get this situated. Hopefully we don't have to end up switching servers here, but if we do, just hold tight with us while we get this show on the road. See them working to get this set up for everyone. In the meantime, we could look at some of the standings for the other divisions. Lots of great matches in these divisions. 5 through 8 are all sub 49 team divisions. So D5, great match last night. Unfortunately, we were not able to get a caster for that one, but ANZR beating the previously undefeated first. I think that was 3-2. So big win by ANZR, getting to 2-1. We have SAP sitting on top of Division 6. And I think we'll have a matchup shortly, maybe between them and DBD. I'm not sure if they've played yet. But one match that we definitely are going to look to get a cast for next week is the Division 8 match between the undefeated TRR, the Rogue Regiment, and Rage. So that'll be a great one, and we'll look to have a stream for that one. Anytime two undefeated teams are going at it, we will make sure we try to showcase those teams. First ID and SVS, we have a stream tonight, actually, me and Awake. And we are going to have that one to wrap up the day here. But make sure you keep an eye on that TPL VODs, or rather TPL live streams in the TPL Discord, and you'll never miss a match. So stay tuned there, and it's going to be continuing on an incredible season here. Let's see what they're up to. Just a little bit of server issues, but they're working on it right now. Looks like they have a solution in mind. In the meantime, let's meet some of the players. Got Osiris at least commanding during the muster match here. Zito is going to be on artillery for EXO this match. One of the best in the game. Top tier guy who was demolishing me on that Hurtgen game that I was talking about earlier this week. So definitely look for him on this one. Got Cap Guns, Trill, Neon, Shocked, Padre. Yeah, some great players over here on the EXO side of things. I'm just waiting on this to... Just looks like this map has disappeared, or this server rather has disappeared off the face of our browser, but we'll get this sorted. Hopefully the next match is Hurtgen, because that'd be just great, but I think this is just perma set to Elsenborn as, you know, it has to swap from a map that is not the map that's being played. So in the case that it's Elsenborn, the map that is actually being played, then obviously it would be a different one, but we could expect to probably see Elsenborn in this next one. We'll just pull up the background here in a minute while we get through this map change. You know, it wouldn't be hell let loose console if we didn't have a little bit of issues here and there, but it's all right. We'll get this sorted hopefully very, very shortly. Morning, Daniel. And I will show the Shuck Snipes if I can catch them. There's no way. For sure. That's definitely something we're looking for in a Hurtgen match. Now there's talk of maybe swapping the server out for another East server. So apologies for this, folks. We'll hopefully not too much more issues and everyone could just migrate over easily if that's the chosen direction here. See about using a... One moment, folks. Alrighty, so I think they are working on seeing if they'll just be changing to another server. So fortunately, a bit more of a delay here, guys. Well, if we were playing Elsenborn, this would be fantastic, wouldn't it? Yep, so I think they are probably going to just migrate us to another server, in which case I'll work on getting into there and making sure I get the admin cam perm so we can resume it as soon as possible. Make sure. All right. They are going to be swapping to the EXO server, which is also a USE server, so everything in that regard remains the same. While that gets set up, ladies and gentlemen, I'm just going to swap back to the music and the background. So just give us a moment here, and we will be back in a moment. I'm going to put something in the chat, just letting everyone know as well. Thanks for bearing with us here.
I was a heartbeat with no sound till you came around. Yeah, you showed me colors, light in the darkness. You were the only thing I needed. Then we got older, but we stayed the same. Swear most ordinary ways. I always stop and wonder what would have happened if I stayed. 'Cause without you, it's like the ocean, I'm drowning in every single wave. Yeah, without you, I've got no focus, I'm fighting to just get through the day. And I keep falling, 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 and deeper in every single way. Yeah, I keep falling, 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 but without you, there's no escape. Yeah, without you. And all this time without you, baby, I'm living in the past. 'Cause without you, it's like the ocean, I'm drowning in every single way. Yeah, without you, I've got no focus, I'm fighting to just get through the day. And I keep falling, 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 and deeper in every single way. Yeah, I keep falling, 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 but without you, there's no escape. Yeah, without you. I keep falling, 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 and deeper in every single way. Yeah, I keep falling, 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 but without you, there's no escape. Yeah, without you. I gotta feel it, you don't mean it, what you said right now. I gotta feel it, there's something about your eyes. Every time you hurt me, it makes me feel alive. Every time you say you love me, there's something about your eyes. I gotta feel it, I don't mean it.
Alrighty, everyone. We're back in the game. Different server. But we are closer than ever to getting this one started. Oh boy. You know, it's always got to be some fun with these, isn't there, right? But it is all good. We'll check the numbers here in a second. Yeah, we're already getting really solid numbers in here, so should just only be a couple minutes now. been enjoying chatting with you guys in the live chat in the meantime. So it's been hope everyone's having a good day and excited for this one. Again, apologies for all the delay, but hopefully it's helping build the anticipation a little bit, or at least that's what we'll say. We'll definitely go with that for now. Yeah, talking about the 6th and Legion game last night, I was playing in that one, and but the point layout was mentioned. I think there was some chatter as soon as that point flipped over, and despite me keeping all of my fingers and toes crossed for maybe artillery in the south of Omaha, we got Sir Mayor Church, and on top of that, WN73 as the 4th point in the north, so that's a lot of ground to cover. But I mean, 6, you can't say enough about those guys in terms of their shooting skill. Watching it back a bit this morning, I was able to see them just, completely winning the kill war there, which, with some of the shooters that Legion has themselves is extremely impressive, and all the credit goes to them and the work that they put in. So congrats again to the 6th. We talking about some of the new teams. Dan was saying that he migrated from PC to console, so that's an interesting thing. We've seen some of the reverse happening, but it's always good to grow the console side of the game, and I think it's really in a really fun spot right now. Console is where, especially in TPL with the divisional setups and everything like that, it is really great to see these more hotly contested matches week in, week out. You really never know who's going to win until the final 2 minutes has elapsed, or getting to the final 2 minutes of that match. So we should be ready to go here soon. Let's just do another numbers check real quick. 45-48, so just missing about 7 guys. 8 guys will be okay. I actually don't think Taco will be full 50. The league official is not able to attend, so we only should expect to see 49 for Taco. In the meantime, I put this in here just in case we needed it, but if we do one of these, we should be able to join Awake's stream and enjoy these last 10 minutes that we have in his game. So let's watch along. There won't be any. There is some audio, and it's very loud, so we'll just lower this to 0 and enjoy this last 10 minutes of the 9-May match. Again, this is Awake's channel. Make sure you check him out in the description. 9-May going down 4-1 now. We talked about it a little at the start of the stream, and it'll be interesting to see if they're able to pull this one off, but gonna be in control there, and looking to hold on for the win here. With that being 4-1, we'll actually just join back over here. Make sure all the audio is right. I don't want to mess anything up here. Alrighty. So we are at the player count that we need to be at to make this happen. So we should see that beautiful 60-second countdown here any second and get on our way. Looks like, yep, good lucks are being exchanged. And here we go. EXO versus Taco on Hurtgen Forest. We're going to try to get all the truck snipes. I've been seeing you guys' feedback, in the chat. We're going to do our best to capture all that stuff. I have a good idea of where some of them are going to, at least be expected to land if it's certain points. So we'll do our best to capture those. with all the forest, it's going to be tough. We're going to keep highlights on probably for most, or if not all, of the game, just because of all the tree coverage, and try to get into some of these more micro and macro battles that are occurring that really determine how a Hurtgen Forest match is going to go. So, what do we think here? What's the point? I'm thinking Scar. I think it's going to be Scar. And it is the Scar, I promise you. It's most times it is the Scar, but we'll jump in here with Zito, again, who's going to be their arty player. And we will get up in the sky. Let's get up here. Alrighty, so taking a look at the point layout, the Ruin, the Scar, and Jacob's Barn. So Taco having a nice inline point between Jacob's Barn and the Scar. Still lots of distance there, so they'll be able to use their defense as their offense should they come away with losing the point in the start. Meanwhile, EXO has offset points here, the Ruin and the Scar, so a lot more ground to cover here, especially, but they will have some high ground, so that's going to make it a little bit easier to take out anything that's coming across. So typically what we'll see here on the Scar is probably a tank that is going to sit up here for the allies. They usually will play a little safe, maybe like over here, even up here with the Stewart is not a bad spot to get some splashes into the Scar. As far as the Germans, I think the biggest part is about controlling the top of this hill. It's a dominant feature of this map. It allows you to have a look down into where the allies are going to come up. Really, the allies have a choice of coming through here where this peninsula is, or they'll come up here. You can submarine the truck and get up on the north side of the point here. This house is really, really important for the allies. If the allies are able to get up here at the start of the game, they're going to be able to get a nice crossfire on the Scar. Let's quickly get our highlights on. Taco coming out with truck and their P4 on the main road. We have another truck and some infantry jumping in here in the north. And then finally, we see a truck and a Puma over there. For EXO, though, they got their medium 75 pulling up here along with their Recon and a Stewart. 2 Stewarts, as a matter of fact. And then the rest of the trucks, we have one in the north, one right in the middle is going to make a right run for the point, and then a truck in the south as well, along with their commander, Osiris, in the supply truck. Lots of vehicles and lots of action. And we will make sure we do our best to capture all of it. As always, I have forgotten to start the timer, but that's okay. Nothing I can't fix right now. And we have EXO and Taco kicking off here on Hurtgen Forest. And we will see if any snipes come in here. We do see first truck for Taco moving out in the south. If we move more to the middle of the point, Taco coming down this road, a potential place that you can be sniped. Nothing quite yet here. We do see on the left side of your screen the EXO truck diving down the hill, probably aiming to get across that peninsula. Oh no! Jelly hits off the truck and oh my goodness. Jelly accidentally hits his own truck and takes them out, and then EXO able to take out the rest of the truck, or what was left of it, I should say. And now EXO just dominating, moving into the point, tons of infantry, but already by Taco, perfectly timed. But right now, if you're EXO, this is as good as it could have gone in the start for you, as the allies doing a good job here in the north as well. But Taco realizing how important this house is, tons of infantry here to combat it, and they are in a good position to do so with that high ground. Rusty Spanner moving in with the MG, gonna close that gap. MG42 is so powerful, as we all know. Taco had momentary cap pressure, but the soft cap pressure by EXO brings it back, and now Taco back in their favor. We'll join this fight here, closer to the hard point. Who can cross this road first? Kaiser takes out Neon with that STG. Tate goes down to Kaiser as well. We have Cool, and Black and Gray. Kaiser going down finally to Black. Deke. SL holding down the woods. Going to be reinforced by Azza, one of the better shooters in the game. Also puts up gameplay, so check out Azza. I'm sure if you just put in Azza Hell Let Loose, that'll come up. But of course, I jinxed him, so he goes down. Getting back to the hard cap, we see Taco really, really owning the north, and considering their truck that was taken down on the road there, that's exactly what they need to do, but still able to be flooding the strong point here. We have Cap Guns playing this bunker with Maxi inside. Maxi able to win that gunfight. But backing away here again, we see really where the pressure is coming from. Taco controlling this entire side of the river. EXO struggling to get up the hill. Very tough to do. But making some progress in the south. And we'll see what they're able to do with these OPs as the point flips, if it does flip into Taco's favor. Right now, if we look at OP layout, really good setup down the line, going for some map control, but it's really going to come down to if they're able to get those back up, and let's see. So OPs go down, Able back up, Option, Queen, Baker, really good job back up the line. November, and I'm sure Jig is working on it as well. So not a ton of ground that's going to be lost by EXO here. They should be able to keep up this attack and keep some pressure on Taco here. Just want to see where the tanks are at as well. So it looks like the medium is up at that radar like we were talking about earlier. For Taco, I'm not exactly sure where they're at. Looks like Aziz is here as the TC. I'm not sure where his vehicle is though. Panzer II playing that house, pretty common spot to see. And then another Panzer II playing in the south, giving a nice fire on that hill. And Taco beginning to break through now across the line where previously EXO had brought so many people at the start. EXO coming down the hill, going to be made difficult by any MG. We see Kimbo over there with the MG. And again, movement. MGs are like dinosaurs or T-Rexes. A little bit of movement and they're gonna pounce on you. So I'll make a t-shirt of that. But look at this, EXO able just to meat grind their way into the point, led by Cap Guns in the SL as well as Stockton. Able to win the battle of the hard cap, kind of catching Taco overcommitting some manpower to the south, or the north, and winning the strong point. We have Tate wrapping, he's able to get Itachi, and you see Brittled, Premium, Black, and Gray all in that forest to the east side, which is going to make things difficult for anyone running back into the strong point. There is some cap pressure as well on the fourth point by Taco, but I think you'll see a shift back to some more defense here by them as this cap pressure continues, if it does continue. Oh, big tank splash on the bunker there, able to get cap guns and some of the infantry out of there. We see Taco now pushing in from the south side. Dan, Deke, Aza, Courage, Shadow, Gua, all pushing in. Ryan as well from the riverside, gonna look to get some OPs. We see some OPs here. Cool just spawned on one. That's going to get burned by Shadow. We have Ryan's going to burn another one. I think that's a recon OP, and he does. But we have cap guns again back in the point with the meat grind. It'll just be a matter of if these Taco guys can wipe them out from the side. They have really good spacing going on between them, but Kale takes out Dan and Shadow. Private Ryan trying to sneak behind, but he's put down by either Ilon or Neon. And right now, just the hard cap dominated by EXO, but the issue is Taco in completely surrounding them. Over here, we lost a vehicle or a repair station. Taco gets some pressure back off defense, able to get some defense on for a moment, but now EXO back on the cap. We do see a ammo drop coming in. Looks like that's a Taco ammo drop. Oh, a massive kill on that OP that just spawned in there. I think that was a tank. Taco now reestablishing themselves inside the hard cap. Aza and Ryan winning that meat grind battle there. I think the OPs for EXO are now more at a premium. Just Jig and Hao up with Queen on the flank. But with Taco holding the top of that hill, it's going to be hard for them pushing upwards, especially with this barbed wire. We have Ryan able to get one with the car. And he's going to reposition himself. Aza there to reinforce. Going down to Laggy there. Now artillery just beating both of these teams up. And this will be big for Bazaar. Able to take out the OP, but Elon stays up. He's going to try to get an OP back up for his squad smartly. And he does indeed. So this fight continues. Oh, for just a second. And a grenade wipes him and his OP. Big grenade kill by Taco there. And now let's just back up to see what's going on here at Ruin. There was some pressure here earlier. Looks like Papito is doing his best to just completely harass EXO back here, but he will not find a garrison. I'm sure he's looking for that one. But he does have an outpost, it would seem, to the south, and now we're seeing some of these guys that are dying up here after winning that meat grind fight, Aza and Ryan, now moving up into Ruin for some manpower allocation changes, and with that, we'll begin some cap pressure. So that's a really great play by Taco. And Papito probably saying in command chat, load my OP. Poopa and Shadow now coming in as well. Just Randleman here as the recon. Flare is up, so he does not see them, just missing them by just a little bit here on the flare. And this is going to force some EXO to come back. We see Stockton, Rat King, Cross all moving back in. And this might give Taco enough time to get their network established on the Scar and start to run up to the blue line and not be so confined to their side of the river. Cross, big 2 kills, along with Joe, get some cap pressure back off for Taco. And now, yep, EXO winning these gunfights here. Big gunfight wins, and, now we're seeing some of these guys that previously turned around, turning back around, but let's see how much that hurt the attack here. So, it's kind of a stalemate still. This river is just a massive asset for Taco at this point. So, we're seeing Trill cross over here. Going to try to get on the other side with the squad. I think he might drown. Yep, he did drown. Oh, Trill. He's saying, I wish that wasn't captured. I hope it wasn't. See you on Clips of the Week. And yeah, Taco holding this house. I'm sure if we go in here a little closer, we'll see quite a few spawns over here by them holding here with the Panzer II Lux. We have Ghosted and Dirty. Dirty losing a fight to Kimbo, and Ghosted getting into the trench, getting out Kassery. See if he's able to take out Kimbo as well. Nope, Kimbo is able to trade that kill right back. So back to a stalemate. Down the line, we have Stockton moving through the Dragon's Teeth in the south. Uphill push on Guap. Gets Guap. Gonna look for the outpost here, but Kaiser is waiting at the top of the hill with that STG. Just such a weapon. Stockton and Kaiser looking for each other. Reinforcements come in off the OP by Maxi. Guap back in. Gonna be looking for revenge. Guap and Stockton. Guap comes away with that one. STG wins against the Garand. Who would have thought? And the Germans in a good spot. Taco holding the top of this hill crest. Anything that the Allies try to do is going to come from open ground below them. So they're in a good spot where they can just dedicate a couple people to a couple places and make a couple guys feel like a lot more than that. Let's take a look over here because I do see something progressing by Taco here to the north side of Ruin. And we do see them coming in here, not quite in the soft cap yet, so I think that's why you're not seeing cap pressure, even contest starting here. Oh, and as I say that, we do see contest. Getting a little bit more stalemated here. We'll dip back over here, and in that time, EXO able to get back into the meat grind and into the strong point. I think just catching Taco with some of that manpower being swapped to attack was enough to get some people in here. No SLs just yet, but we do see Cap Guns as OP on the riverbank here. Just got to be wary about K. Mitch and Kassery on the other side there, catching those large concentrations. That'll definitely set off some alarms in their head. And I still didn't change the score bug. I didn't even do it right when I did change it. So there we are, finally. I'm sure there's going to be people yelling at me in chat for 29 minutes. I'm sorry, 19 minutes about that. So we have an airhead now dropping for EXO onto the point. Bombing run airhead. Smoke Artie is inbound as well. They take a drink of water. Make sure you hydrate there. Hound Dog on the airhead. Able to get on it, but bombing run comes in to save it. We'll see if Manny's able to get in there. I think what he'll look to do is maybe put a satchel, or maybe he's not aware. We have Itachi who would have heard that in command chat. And sure enough, gets in there and is gonna take out that the airhead. A little bit of drama. And Taco now owning that hard cap again. Let's swap to their perspective here for a change. Battle to the south. Brittle, one of the best guns in the game, certainly so, is pushing up the hill. Tough push here in the south. Really just you have these dragon's teeth, and then you just have the hill there to protect you. Good grenade by Brittle. Now looking to get into this trench where Azza and Deke are waiting. Azza able to get him down with that STG. Oh, big rocket by Cheeks into the bunker there. Guap able to win that battle between him and Jack. Neon just holding the bottom of this hill for his squad, waiting for some reinforcements. Neon able to get Guap down. But Maxi all over that. And sure enough, takes him out. And now what we're seeing is Taco allocating more manpower in the north and successfully crossing the river. And then we see EXO allocating more manpower in the south and crossing the river there. So it's going to be a matter of, Taco being able to maybe wrap around and wipe some of these spawns. But you can see the amount of infantry for Taco as well over here is going to make anything by EXO be very much like a trading affair. Maybe gaining a little bit of ground and losing that same ground a few moments later. It's tough to win those frag battles, especially when you're the attacking team and you need to move up. Get an eye on Warlock here as he is in the best situation to kind of get into a battle with Za. But the MG is too strong. And this happens a lot now in Hurtgen where, you have a lot of action there in the first 15 minutes, but whatever team is able to come away with that win off that initial battle, it starts to really slow down. And, I think Awake said this the other day when he was streaming the friendly between Legion and EXO on Hurtgen. And I think it's probably very accurate, is that probably across a whole competitive game, you'll generally see maybe like 10% less kills just across the board on Hurtgen, just because it's a slower map. We talked about it before. Movement is punished in a big way on Hurtgen. So if you find yourself in that situation where you kind of are in the dominant driver's seat, 3-2, the incentive to move and to give the enemy that opportunity to see you moving through the forest or wherever is not as high. So EXO obviously committing a lot now here to the south. Kurt behind them And I think Gray is able to trade off with Kurt. Jack determined to get into this trench, finally able to do so, but Ryan just gets the peek on him. Let's look a little bit more into the back lines. Maybe we'll join in with Wolf Dog and his squad and see what they're up to in the forest here. A little bit more burnt out here, so a little easier to see what's going on. Wolf Dog able to take out top tier. And here is one of EXO's 76s. I'm not sure if they have another one up right now, but he's working in the forest, which is a difficult proposition. Steel City able to get Wolf down, so that's big. We do see another 76 by EXO on this hill. Luke is coming off of Wolf's OP, I believe, and is just going to be working to harass these tanks. A good strategy on Hurtgen when, you know, realistically the tanks are going to be very, very far away from it, and peaks are kind of come at a premium. Let's see if Luke is able to get in here on this tank. Looks like they saw him because he is bleeding. I think Luke actually put a couple into this tank his last life, because now this tank back up to full health. We saw him on fire earlier. Oh, goodness. You know, he's cursing everything right now. That is brutal. 2 shatters on the tank, and yeah, me too, buddy. But a hit by Jelly on the side using that Panzerschreck. Able to get 2 into him. So again, this tank hurting and most likely pinged, because we saw a tank shell come in from the other side of the river. Yep, just coming up a little short. Not quite certain where it's coming from. And it'd be like threading the needle through all these trees here for that other tank, so. But we do have a nice ricochet. Modella time running back to his tank. I'm sure those other ATs on the hunt. Ooh. What goes down here by that tank? Looks like it's just a Lux or a P4. Yeah, P4. So that 76 is in a nice spot to support his infantry, which, you know, is what you need to do on this point. Like, you can see Taco just kind of like barreled up in here on top of the hill. They have tons of little peaks that they can use to make sure that the allies are not able to get up there. So if they have that tank splashing them, if they get an MG kind of keeping heads down, it's going to let Tex, Shock, Cheeks all move up. We're seeing those shells come in now. And now just Dan holding it down before going down, but the OP spawns Azza, Kurt, and Ryan. That OP is critical for Taco, and they're being able to hold this southern point. We see Deke wisely. I think that's his OP over there. I think he's going to play this a little bit further back. He might have lost his OP, actually, with that grenade. I think he did. So we'll see Deke just back up probably and replace his outpost. Oh, but Premium able to take him out, I think. So now EXO with an opportunity in the south. Let's take a look over here. This I think this OP might have or no, it was not taken out, but top tier is on the case. In a standoff with Farmer. Farmer gonna look for the angle. Able to get it with that MP40. Big time kill. OP is still up for him in the trench here. And then we have the rest of Taco. The Taco that is across the line. Kind of like a yin-yang situation where EXO is more pushing through the south and then Taco more pushing through in the north. We have Maddie, Ice, Za, and Tamo all moving up here. Tamo, another person that I know, does Hell at Loose content on YouTube, so check out Tamo as well. Yeah, man, I'm like batting 1,000 with killing people as they shout out their YouTube channel. So, you know, hopefully that helps a little bit, Tamo and Aza. But, you know, if you want me to stop, just DM me. But right now, as we sweep back across the line, we are seeing EXO making that good progress in the south, kind of catching some of Taco a little bit off balance here. You can see them a little bit more in the south, bogged down with that fight that we were looking at earlier. But you are seeing, I think there's most likely flares and recon planes going up, giving Taco a heads up that, hey, maybe we got to look a little bit closer here. We're seeing cap guns, and you know, in rewatching some of Awake's stream of Legion and EXO on this map, cap guns has been so disciplined with his OPs. You know, he'll just wait in a spot and until the moment is right, get his OP up, and then start the pressure. You know, we were saying earlier, these 1s and 2s fights uphill against 6 Taco, you're not going to win those. It's at best, you're going to be stalemated and farmed by Artie. At worst, you're going to get your OP taken very quickly. So I think we see Cap Guns now placing his outpost down and moving into the hard cap, getting some smoke in. I'm sure he was calling that from Zito. So we're seeing him get in here with that smoke Artie, taking out Bazaar. Now the smoke Artie coming in, helping the OP spawns. This is a great play by Cap Guns and Zito. Cap pressure is on a little bit at 4th point, the Ruin. But Cap Guns closing in on the garrison. Rusty Spanner closest. Oh, but an AP mine. Oh, that's so frustrating. And look at this. The coordination goes deeper than just the OP and the Artie smoke that we were talking about. We are seeing a airhead drop as well, and man, you start to wonder what would happen if they were able to get that garrison down there. Rusty Spanner on the airhead, gonna get it unless Cap Guns could. Nope, does get it. So that bit of drama for EXO. I mean, I can't give that enough credit. Cap Guns did an incredible job there. You know, obviously, I'm not hearing the comms, but I think it's pretty clear what they were organizing there. And just because it didn't work doesn't mean it wasn't a good idea. I think that was very, very fun to see. Yeah, now Ryan, very aware of the OP, gonna just farm it a couple times, waiting until he could get closer and get a nade on it. You know, I think the discourse around farming OPs can get a little extreme sometimes because, you know, if you just saw that in a vacuum, you'd be like, oh, he's farming the OP, but does exactly what we were saying, runs in there, grenades it, and owns the spawn. So really good job there by Ryan. Love to see that. That cap pressure that we were seeing earlier, just backing up here to Ruins, or the Ruin, looks like it kind of forced some of EXO to move back over here. And we're seeing Tank kind of being the anchor point of the defense for EXO. It's back up here and take a look at the map. EXO is really just kind of wiped out of the active sector, being now pushed back in the south as well, where they had gained ground previously. George Squad OP is hot as well. We saw Taco pushing up here. So I think this is now shifting from a little bit more defense to now the counter punch by Taco. And in the next 15 minutes here, I think will dictate a lot of the rest of the game. Is Taco going to be able to get a blue line garrison over here, for example? Are they going to be able to get one over here? Like, these aren't garrisons that are like you're going to have or you're going to seek out to build in the start of the game. But it's a good way to get a lot of your squad leads in a spot that, otherwise no one's there. So those temporary garrisons, as long as you could get a 40-second spawn off of it and, you get 2 SLs to spawn, those 2 SLs turn into 10 squaddies. So, it's the manpower game is such a big part of what Division 1 is about. And I think Matty Ice just took out an OP here, so that's going to help clean up the south even more. And yes, it does. See everyone in chat now reacting to those rocket snipes at the start of the match just a moment ago. Yeah, that was great, man. I love that aspect of the game, the preparation that turns into results. That's what life's all about. Not just gaming. Ghosted and Bizarre almost hits Ghosted with the Goomba stomp there. And Ghosted, I wonder if he's going to look to satchel this bunker. And he does have the grease gun. God bless him. Manny holding the angle. That German engineer class is so good. One of the better classes in the game. Itachi, though, in a really good spot, takes him out. Yeah, German engineer with the satchel where you get the mines and an MP40, that's just a fantastic class. Depending on your feelings, like, the American class is good too, but in my opinion, like, shotgun's just so limiting. And in a game where everything basically kills you in 1 or 2 shots, like maybe 3 shots on like max distances, I'd rather have something that I could get a little more range out of and tap fire. It's cool though. Love playing with the shotgun in pubs. Yeah, and look at this. Now we're seeing Taco kind of conquering the next frontier of the top of this hill. Kimbo, Shadow, and Poopa all moving in on the top here, and they're going to look to get all of these OPs that are kind of sustaining this push. But more importantly, I think they're looking to get these tanks out of the way here. I think on Hurtgen you see most enemy vehicles or enemy tanks destroyed by infantry. So it's an infantry's paradise here on Hurtgen Forest. I say as the infantry is probably screaming their headsets off about, the Hurtgen stutter, we'll just call it. Oh, big shot onto the 76 by a tank or an AT gun across the way. I don't quite see where it's coming from. See if a follow-up shot comes in. Does, but it misses. Looks like it's coming in from the south. But bigger problems for this tank is Poopa and Kimbo moving in. Poopa with probably a rocket. Yes, indeed, he does. Gonna get the rear shot on him. Gets one in. Kimbo will go in with the satchel. Or I guess he'll just... Oh, Raider. Really good kill on Kimbo, but because of that earlier hit on the tank by the whatever it was across the river, 2 is all it takes, and Pupa gets the 76. That kicked the proverbial hornet's nest, though, and EXO quick to refrag and gets Pupa down, but I'm sure Pupa will take that trade any day of the week. Garrison situation is limited now up here. This garrison goes down. Just one at the bunker here that Shadow is looking at, but a spawn wave comes in. Let's see what we're able to happen here. I think he gets a satchel probably on that AT gun. I'm sure that might explode soon. Look at this, though. Zop. Oh. Oh, Jesus. Or it'll get sniped along with 2 friendlies. Leon sees the garrison. Spawn comes in. Leon takes out one, but the car only able to get one. Shadow gets the revenge on Benadryl. Shadow now on the garrison. Able to not quite take it. Padre, I think, saves it. Big play by Padre, really anchoring the north here for them, but we have Jelly and Tamo pushing in from behind, and Za and them pushing back in from the front. That garrison is 100% pinged by Taco, so we'll see what happens here. Some manpower being diverted to the south, but we'll stick over here for this battle of this garrison. It's all about these little micro battles over sections of the map on Hurtgen. Getting back to an area that you once controlled is very difficult, so each garrison takedown really owning 200 meters of ground. Za able to take out Hangman. Jelly over there probably has a rocket, but Za will just take that one down by hand. Benadryl not quite able to do it, but the satchel does. Big garrison takedown by Taco in the north. We are now seeing the only couple garrisons in the south. Well, as I say that, Trill gets the garrison back up, so, you know, GG Trill. But Leon says, I'll be having that. Just takes that down right away, which is pretty demoralizing, but, you know, still in a good spot. Padre over there with a support, but going down. So this OP becomes extremely important here, guys. Oh, my goodness. Steel just says, I'll rocket you. Tamo goes down. So that sweating moment is a little bit over for EXO. Padre should be able to get back in here and get a garrison up with Benadryl. So it's just going to be a matter if Curry and Pess are able to kind of stop that before it happens. Winning their infantry battle here, Carey is, along with Pess. Padre's back in. Gonna see both of them right off the spawn, but gets gunned down by Carey and that STG. Pess gonna move in here and take out the OP, I'm sure. And sure enough, he does. So that's even more control gained over here in the north for Taco. And let's scoot back down here as we can see the manpower shifting by Taco into the south. Suppose we will see some cap pressure starting here soon. I wonder if this tank is satcheled. Just a driver. So he's looking through a mail slot. He might be satcheled already. If not, Kimbo is working on it. Kimbo's kind of running like he satcheled him. I'm going to say he's satcheled. Oh, yeah, there we go. And that takes out some infantry as well. Juka goes down to Kimbo. Kimbo moving in on this OP here. I think this is Stockton's OP. I wonder if he'll get a spawn off of it before it goes down. 3, 2, 1. No spawn on that OP. And I think we're going to see some cap pressure here, guys. Here we go. Cap pressure beginning for Taco. Laggy, the only person on the strong point for EXO. OP goes down by Matty Ice on the north side of that road. Now, Garrison situation. Just two on the blue line, one far in the south, one far in the east. Going to be tough for them to get into the strong point. Let's back off here and see where it's going to come from. I see some people in chat. Damn, Taco in the red zone. Never thought I'd see that. No. You're going to be even more surprised when you get to this point. Taco has been constantly on the attack, doing a fantastic job of owning the ground and holding on to the ground that they're taking. Really doing a good job. Rockets or tank is hitting the 76 here. Looks like it's from on the other side. Not quite certain. Think I see him in the trees there. Yep, just misses. Looks like he might be under fire by an AT gun as well, or another tank. He's going to retreat further into these woods, but that's not enough to stop Taco from hitting it. Great hit on that 76. And now you're seeing the push coming in from the south by Exodus. This will give them soft cap control, and defense is on. Those wood piles there are such... I have so many like Scooby-Doo type fights over these wood piles, like going past them and looking and you know, which door is he behind? But EXO back with soft cap pressure, getting this point back under control. Still some hard cap pressure by Carey and Cassary in the point, but going down to some Artie, I believe. These OPs getting wiped as well. Just Matty Ice left. And he goes down as well. So EXO, good job on that defense. But let's take a look at the map just to see how spread they are. Very dense on point. Going to be hard for them to really break out of that again on Hurtgen especially. We're still seeing the battle of this radar up here ongoing. Leon staying here with his OP. Another bit of thrilling action there as EXO resets the defense. Big plays by EXO to get back down this hill. Tiger up across here already for Taco. But he's going to smartly retreat because he does not have any infantry around him to help him out. TC doing a great job guiding his driver backwards into the infantry. Dan, Ryan, moving on to him to help him out. So if you see this out there, ladies and gentlemen, protect your tanks as infantry. They'll protect you back. But we do see it taking a shot. From where, though? Oh, goodness. Big hit. It is an AT gun. The infantry on that AT gun go down. So, nice placement by EXO on there. But the Tiger able to take him down. And this is interesting. Ghosted moving in from behind him with a satchel, I would imagine so. Getting shot at. Oh, no. gets run over. Aziz doesn't even have to use his MP40. But without his direction, the driver going monster truck mode, overlord. Aziz will get back in, all in a day's work. Dan just going to check for satchels, I'm sure. Make sure his tank is all happy. This is interesting here, though. Garrison by EXO, able to spawn in 3 SLs. So, opportunity here for EXO if they're able to win this frag battle here. And Cap Guns does a great job at that. Gonna win that. Get his OP up. But Don and Santos and Rusty Spanner in their way of getting to the point. Don's probably doing a good job just kind of calling it out to his team. Cap Guns looking for their garrison that might be on like the neutral line, I think. Popeye in his binoculars, not able to see Cap Guns. So what is that, like the detective's curse? Like the solution was right in front of him the whole time. That's funny. But it does look like, oh, they were on the garrison, so they know about it. It's pinged, and it'll be red. So really just OPs to worry about there for Taco. Let's actually jump in here with Blind and see if he's able to get it. Losing that garrison will alert Jack, though, and Ghosted to someone right there next to their OP. That OP will stay up, so EXO with a bit of life in the red zone. We also have Roger Squad, Iowa, but he's in a rough spot here with going down himself, so EXO right now, I guess we'll look back on the attack because I'm just noticing still no garrison on the point here for EXO. So any sort of pressure by Taco is going to really do some damage. They're able to get one OP down. It's Elan's OP. Elan's able to take out Desert, but Ryan's swapping on the opposite side. Goes down to the 76. Cassery looking to get back into the hard cap. Luke going to be looking for a satchel here. Uh-oh. Sees that barrel going right towards him. He's like, come on. Lucky for him, he's got tons of infantry here to help him. And we will see some cap pressure begin, I think, once this this tank goes down. If they're able to get the satchel down. I think it is down. Take off highlights for a moment. Let's see if we could see that signature. Yep. Right inside the tracks. It's going to be a hard one for this crew to jump out and be able to see. Especially with Poopa just going to make sure that that goes off. So I think we will see cap pressure once that 76 is gone. Especially with these spawns on Cassery's OP. and sure enough, contest does begin. Couple OPs here to defend, as well as quite a bit of EXO still in the area. EXO doing a good job there, but Cassary has been a pest this entire game. Taco using him well, just to kind of get his OP in sneaky spots, make EXO think that something bigger is happening than maybe is happening, and also get some intel, because like he's going to be able to know about this 75 and get some pings up on him for anyone else, and doing a good job holding his own as well in the infantry battle. We swing down in the south here again. EXO still trying to break through here, but again, it's such a tough push. I mean, everything for the Americans here is made difficult because of this gorge. As long as Taco's able to stay put and shoot you as you run, they're very glad to continue to do that. So if you're EXO right now, I think the only thing that's really gonna open this up for you is armor, being able to eliminate a lot of what's on the point just from snipes, and then like a bombing run airhead play on a defended outpost or something like that. But man, Capguns, this guy's a magician. He's able to get into the point so fast, and seems like it's nothing to him. But Capgun's gonna go for the garrison, but Itachi holding down this bunker. We've seen him using this really, really effectively to take out anyone running. Oh, but Ghosted with a really, really good kill. Gonna get on this garrison. Manny spawns at the OP at a perfect time. Gonna take out Ghosted and end that bit of drama. We see Capguns and Ghosted both not redeploying yet, saying, "Mark my body, I'm the garrison." And on cue, the commander puts the garrison ping there, and I'm sure we'll start to see Zito honing in on that with the artillery gun. And here we are, this Tiger taking shots by an AT gun. We see on the top right of your screen, 2 shots into the Tiger. Third shot comes in a little bit short. And he goes down. AT, or other tank saves him, I believe. Yeah, and now Taco's starting to stack the tanks. We have a Tiger over here. We have a Tiger over here. Wonder if they have a Tiger on this side. Is this an airhead? It is not. Just some ammo. Not seeing a Tiger on this side, but maybe that's a work in progress. Take another peek at the map. We do see a lot of defensive flares going out for Taco. It looks like this OP back here is still pestering EXO. Not sure if it's taken out now, though. It was not. We can see Swan Wave come in, but Sam the man looking to end that. But Sam himself is ended by a combination of Poopa and Curry. 75 is in a good spot. Glancing blow by Poopa. We also see a 76 further in the forest. Now taking a shot to the turret by Poopa. Not sure exactly what this 76 is looking at here in the north. But man, this OP is really just pestering EXO right now, just in this lumber pile. And I'm sure we'll see Poopa come back here in a second with more rockets. And Kimbo over here. No satchel, but does take one crewman out. And that lets Poopa finish him off. Big kill and cap pressure beginning. Kassary's squad just really putting in the work here. Now Kassary calling for all the infantry. Load my OP up. OP's mostly in the north for EXO, so that's where we can anticipate seeing the recap come from. Just a garrison in the south, but I think Luke is playing that safely. The 76 does wipe one guy off the outpost, but doesn't take out the outpost itself. And we're approaching half cap here on the Ruin from Taco. This Division 1 matchup has been intense the whole way through, even though Hurtgen is a bit slower of a match. These two teams, two D1 heavyweights, NA versus EU in week 4 of the Premier League. EXO back on the defense now. Only so much those couple guys from Kassary's squad can do, but doing the job well of resetting Merc. Hopefully that's allowing some of these guys like Sergeant Deke, Ryan, Wolf to move up. Kind of pinning in place a lot of these EXO guys that I'm sure would love to run up into the Ruin. And defense is coming back. See just how much EXO back into the point, gonna get the control there. Let's see what's going on up here again. Zal looks like he's still just kind of pestering them. Apologies the frame rate. In case you forgot, this is Hurtgen Forest. See if Jelly's able to get this OP down. He's unfortunately unable to. Recon OP stays up for EXO. Seeing Taco now moving up into these trees. Only Brittle behind them, and I think that's why Pest is turning around, seeing OPs go hot. They do... Oh, this is a garrison. I wonder if we'll see a ping come in on there in a moment. I don't know if Brittle caught that. Now 25 minutes remaining, and Taco doing a great job still controlling their sector. Their side of the river is completely clean. If we look at the map, we can see no one from EXO inside of E and F, which if you're Taco is all, you know, if you were showing this map at the before this match, you'd say things are going well if that's what we're at with 25 minutes left. So still not over. EXO having 25 minutes, and it only takes 2 minutes to cap. So really just a play or two, an OP takedown or two, and, you know, you force Taco to do the reset. When that happens, you get your blue lines back up, and you're back in business. But that is going to hurt. A 76 going down for EXO. Believe it was from here. We see a AT gun set up by Taco. Don and Santos working together with his Tiger, which has a rep station up here. And that's a great spot for the Tiger to be. Really can splash that forest ahead of where Hound Dog are running to. Does take a shot from where I am unsure. Looks like it's on the, by where Padre is on the top right of your screen. But he goes down to the other Tiger. EXO doing a great job building those AT guns up, though, and, you know, doing what they can to even up that fuel battle. EXO sitting on only 120 fuel, so each piece of armor coming at a premium. We do have a 76 rolling out as we speak to the south. Oh, and Stockton gets direct impacted by the tank, allowing Hound Dog and Kaiser to run back up. Looks like it's Sergeant Deke's turn to build this OP in the lumber pile here and start to pester EXO once more. But not a massive reason to panic for EXO. They're still solid on defense in terms of like the manpower that can be there to flip things around. We do see them dropping supplies over here, so if Cassidy is able to slip through and get a Gary over there, that really opens up the door for Taco. But I think these are going to be taken out almost instantly. Again, it's very hard to see this sort of stuff on Hurtgen, and that works to Taco's advantage there as those supplies are on the ground. So keep an eye on that and see if Taco's able to get something behind them here. Seeing a 76 now back up on defense for EXO. Wolf Dog holding his ground. I'm sure he has like a satchel. He's just gonna, yeah, STG. Takes out Rat. There we go. There's that OP in the wood pile. Ozza gets spotted. Tate spots the OP, I'm sure. And we're seeing a bombing run coming in by Taco. And that's down the north side of that road. Wipes a few guys out. Tex comes up a little short with that grenade on the OP, letting Ozza wipe him up. We'll see that OP live another day. Yep, there's Deke. Tank in a good spot just to keep splashing. tank is being smoked by Taco artillery. You know, Hurtgen's not the greatest artillery map, so I like the decision to swap the smokes and use it situationally there. We're seeing the hard cap under control by Taco, but the south and north getting infantry in. Just the one OP, it seems, for Taco by the lumber pile. Another OP spawns over here by Farmer. And I'm sure they're going to be looking to take out the 76, but I think they might have gotten a shot into him already, so the 76 is wise to that strategy. We're seeing more and more OPs come in here, but look at this. Armor battle on the horizon. This Tiger versus that 76, and I think whoever wins this one is going to capture the point here. Both Tigers moving up for Taco, pressing into the red zone. Don't be so shocked there, viewers. Taco offensive into the point here at the 19-minute mark. And let's see if this Tiger's able to take him down. That 76 is weak. So Gunner, get the right spot. Let's see. I think the 76 knows about him as well, though. Seeing those green tracers go out. Just no visibility with that shed in the way. Shadow playing pocket engineer. Let's get both Tigers in frame here. Infantry using the tank as cover. And this Tiger now moving. Banksy with the kill, but only as rifleman. Won't be able to do anything about this tank. Tiger now moving into the hard cap. Maddie. Wonder if they are low on ammo as well. Why this was called. You know, Taco's been really doing well in the armor battle. Now Go Piss just behind him, but goes down to Tootie on the TT on the MG. Takes a track shot from top tier. Backing into his infantry once again. And we'll see if the there's another push that comes off of this. Artie coming in for EXO on these tanks. Big splash by Zito. Now 76 taking a glancing blow on the Tiger. Tiger coming to face the 76. Glances himself. Penned by the 76. Now this is 76 battles to win. Will the Tiger be able to back up in time? Will the 76 get a shot on him? And he misses just a little high. The hill saving the Tiger. Well played by the Taco driver. Some quick on the reverse, but now the 76 turning his attention to the other Tiger. Both damaged. Glances by the Tiger, and then the 76 takes him down. What a sequence there by that 76. Wow, man, I hope you guys are enjoying that. That's the kind of intensity we expect. But if we look over here, there was an airhead that is completely open by EXO, now capturing middle point, but losing the cap race. So we'll see if there can be defense reestablished. Just a few OPs left to save this over here. But right now it is looking really good on offense for EXO. It just will be a matter, can this defense hold? Can they contest them? Can they stop them for just a moment? We have tons of EXO that are right there. And it is so close here, folks. Warlock and Juka just need to get into the strong point. Jumping in. They're in. Defense is on for EXO. Defense is on. Now Taco realizing what happened. Tons of infantry coming in from the hill. It's going to be really important. Whoever's able to win these battles here. They do have a Tiger to back them up. Taco does. And that will get the defense on for Taco. So that was very intense. The airhead is gone. 4 OPs in the attacking sector for EXO to sustain this. Ricochet off the Tiger. Oh boy, here. 14 minutes to go, and man, I hope you made 2 bags of popcorn before this one, because this is a really good one. Intense the whole time. But Taco reclaiming their point here. EXO doing the same on their side. That Tiger completely run away? Not sure if, yeah, looks like it. Turning his attention, in fact, to the opposite shoreline. But that does force Taco back a little bit. We're seeing EXO now moving up into the south further than they were able to before. Kaiser and Papito in the south here. No OPs there for EXO, so Maxi does go down to Cheeks, though. Big shot by Cheeks. Shot into the Tiger. Not sure where that's from. Oh, and it goes down, the Tiger. I think it's the 76 up here. Could it be? Does he have a shot? No, it's this Tiger. Or this 76, apologies. But Toby is right over here too. And he's getting shot by the other Tiger. Ricochet. The angles on this hill with the 76 are really benefiting EXO right here. But the infantry gonna get a satchel most likely. 2 satchels, perhaps. Absolutely. Satchel is on the treads of this tank. We have Brittle versus Pest and Desert. Takes out Pest. Desert now just running uphill. Brittle looking for an OP, I'm sure. But goes down to Ryan. Crack shot or Shadow even. Mutual cap pressure begins again with Deke getting into the point along with Cassery once more. Cap pressure on the offensive side looks really good for EXO. Looking at the map, 3 outposts to sustain this push. Popeye goes down in the north, clearing both of those outposts. Taco just ahead a little bit in their cap pressure. So EXO will have to do something on defense to kind of buy them a little bit more time. Dan pushing back into the point from the south. And EXO does stop the cap on offense as well as Taco does on defense. So another hold your breath moment for both teams. Seeing the big spawn wave by Haymitch's squad on the river. You're seeing just the manpower that kind of Taco swapped back to defense here on the top of this hill. Even Cassery is back. Disciplined player on Taco's part right now. Obviously, we don't see what OPs they still might have up at the ruin, but they're doing a really good job of going where is needed and being smart. I mean, with 8 minutes left in the game, I don't think anyone is shaming anyone for, quote-unquote turtling at this point. Anyone who would call the way the Taco has played this game turtling has not been watching the game. But EXO executing some amazing plays here in this one. Obviously dealt a pretty poor hand in terms of faction and map layout, but not letting that discourage them and playing Taco extremely hard here as they lose one outpost and both outposts up here, and that will clean this up. Garrison is down across the blue line, but we'll see if Taco maybe looks to find that one as well. Still going to be difficult for the Americans to get across this water, as we've seen this match. Defense looking solid for EXO still. Massive spawn wave off that Garrison. We're nearing just 5 minutes left before EXO will have to get something started here. Again, taking 2 minutes to cap, but what a show we've witnessed here today, ladies and gentlemen. From the very opening moments of this match with those snipes by EXO all the way through. I hope this has made up for some of the delay that we had in getting this one started and that everyone's really enjoyed this one. Still not over, but it is looking dominant for Taco right now, just based on what we see on our screen here. But we still do have more action here today, both the rest of this one and then a final match here tonight at 7 p.m. Eastern, which is also going to be on my channel with Awake. So Awake and I will carry you into your Monday later tonight at 7 p.m. Eastern for 11 ID versus SVS, a Division 8 matchup, so that'll be 30v30. We hope you'll join us for a nightcap on that one. We are seeing EXO able to get a Garrison in behind them, spawning their entire team, and now with an airhead as well. So this is the final play for EXO. Garrison is up behind, locked out, but sustained by tons of OP. Now Garrison is open, airhead coming in the front. So we'll see Taco having to make a decision of, getting sucked up to the airhead or getting this garrison. So airhead is on its way down. Itachi is all over it, I believe, or, you know, planning on being all over it. And this, what a play this is by EXO. Just when you thought that they were out, they pulled it back in. They pulled this game back into their favor with a airhead play, but Kaiser waiting for it smartly. Bombing run coming in. I think that is a, yep, that is a Taco bombing run, taking out the garrison. Kaiser taking out the airhead. But still, so much EXO to deal with here. Taco having to break their neck going from one way to the other. And that was a great play by Osiris, the EXO commander here. Two minutes here to get some cap started. Taco entrenched in the hard cap. Itachi has been living in this bunker. I think he owns the deed to it now, with how he's made that bunker his home. I'm sure he's calling chevrons for the Taco boys. Just about a minute and a half, and it's going to come down to this battle over here. The frame rate is dipping, which lets you know that there's a lot going on. Taco is getting some cap pressure onto Ruin here. You know, you have to appreciate what they're doing here. Just to get any sort of manpower off of the Scar is going to help them massively. And you know, they, with the amount of manpower that they are bringing here, other than EXO just redeploying here if anyone just doesn't have an outpost anymore, they might come away with the 4-1, but we're seeing Taco in firm control over here now, bracketing that EXO push. So now it's just a question of, will it be a 3-2 or a 4-1 with EXO now redeploying on defense, which is exactly what Taco would have liked them to have done. You know, not that EXO had much choice, only really 1 or 2 outposts that they reasonably can use over there on the attack. And with that, final 3 seconds ticking off the clock here, EXO will fall short on this one, 3-2 to Taco on Hurtgen Forest. Taco improving to 2-1, and EXO falling to 0-3. Really hard fought match, and I'm really hope everyone enjoyed it as much as I enjoyed casting it. These two teams, you know, we can't say it enough, are fantastic the whole game through. The preparation that was on display here by both teams is really peak console hell let loose action, and here in Division 1, that's exactly what you're going to get each and every game. So going into Week 5, big week in the Premier League. Rosters will lock as we approach the playoff brackets, and seeding will be determined as we enter the playoff stage of the tournament. And, you know, there will be 8 respective division champions, and maybe one of these two teams will end up as the Division 1 champion. So make sure you're joined up in the Premier League. You're following along for all the action, and we'll have a great rest of the season and get into some high stakes single elimination playoffs. Really well played by both teams, and thank you for letting me stream. I hope everyone enjoyed this one and enjoyed spending some of their Saturday or Sunday with us here on the channel. Like I said, I'll be back later today with some Division 8 action with Awake, so stay tuned for that, and we'll send you off into your work week with some more action. I think my commendation is going to go to Osiris for that final play that he was able to pull off there with the airhead. Really, really heady play. Love to see that. But appreciate everyone for watching. We will see you later tonight for some Division 8 action. Take care, everyone.